Here is a quick comparison video between the Sony A7 Mark II and the Fuji XH-1 with Canon FD lenses. So both have the Metabones adapter. This 28mm lens is not as heavy as the other one. So this one goes down to f2. This one goes down to f2.8. So as you can see, they both are holding up. Mind you, that's got only one battery in the Fuji. I love using Canon lenses on mirrorless. You get stunning results. Both ergonomically. Okay, people complain about Sony, and I have really no complaints about Sony. This camera has been a solid performer. Quality wise, there could be a few improvements. Fuji have a really a more well designed eyepiece, as where the Sony tends to come apart. So this was just by putting the camera in my bag, and it tend to pull away the plastics for the eye cup. Other issues. It's great to have ISO on the Fuji, as where this is dead space on the Sony. So whenever I want to change the ISO settings, I've got to press here, and then the next stage is then adjust the ISO. That's it's a lot quicker to just turn the dial. That's a time saver. To set your focal, so if you're changing lenses, to set your focal length on the mirrorless camera on the Sony, you've got to press FN, and then you click into here, and then I'll change it to 28, and then that's set. And as where the Fuji's they're both probably equal with the adjustment in time wise. So then this is already preset. It's great having it already preset, and then go back. So then it's set at 28. What else? I'm not too worried about the screen adjustability. I never really use it. I mean, I come from being a Canon shooter, where on the 5D was always a fixed screen. But it's just another little option. Oh yeah, touch screen's fantastic. Let's press back, whatever I've done then. Back. And no touch screen on the Sony. What else? Focusing. To focus the Sony, it's very simple. I've customized it so let's brighten this up a bit because we're indoors. To focus on the Sony, I'll punch in on the top here twice, and then I'll finesse the focus, and it's very quick. I don't miss not having autofocus for photography. There's certain times where if you're shooting landscapes and that, I prefer to shoot with a manual lens. Autofocus in low light, as you know, can hunt. And you always switch off into manual focus anyway. And yeah, so if you're photographing kids with this camera, it's a big no-no. It's very difficult, as kids are quite quick when they're on their feet. Overall, yeah, it's just a joy to shoot with the manual lenses. This is the first time that I've put the Canon glass on the Fuji. To focus, I will try to find, where's the punching button? I do not know, because I haven't used this camera yet. So that's another feature that I'll have to learn. It's nice and crisp, looks clean. This is all on standard settings. The aperture's opened up. It's f2.8. Let's go to f2 for this one. We'll just take it down a bit because it's a bit bright. That's a bit right. So there you go. There's someone probably watching this video. This is how you punch in digital zoom. I think once you go to an optical viewfinder, you don't go back. It's they're so good. That's one setting I've got to find out. Okay, so that's the difference with Sony and Fuji, and overall no real complaints except for the Sony on there. They're both great cameras. I'm generally a die-hard full frame photographer, and now medium format, so it's a kind of step down in the sense that I'm using an APS-C sensor, but this is going to be my video camera. And the other difference, I can put a different Metabones adapter with the focal reducer that will improve the focal length, but I don't think it's necessary. Let's do one more bonus video in this video. How about we have a look and see what a anamorphic lens looks like on the Fuji. Here we go, today's secret weapon. SLR Magic, they make a nice ×2 ×50 anamorphic, and this is all a first, so let's turn the camera off. Undo the locking pin. These bayonet fittings are an excellent design. It means that the face of the lens doesn't rub with the face of the mount. Canon phased that out because it is slower to connect your lens, but it's one of the best lens designs I really love about Canon FD lenses. Okay, so let's take off this and put this on. So with APS-C size, the recommended focal length for an anamorphic to adapt to a lens is 50mm, and for the APS-C, and on the very front is the SLR rangefinder. Focusing is not very easy to do, and this hasn't been 100% set up correctly. I've still got vignetting, and let's switch this to video mode. There you go. So I've cut the vignetting out. That's infinity. That's infinity. I really don't. I'm such in a tight space here, but let's see. Maybe it's too close. I'll have to put up some test footage for you guys so you can see how anamorphic looks with the Fuji footage and the Eterna LUT. So here we go. Let's try this. I'm way too close. Way too close. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I might have to do another video. The other settings are usually for anamorphic. It's preferred that you're around f4 and f5.6 for your aperture settings. Let's go to the menu. Fuji, if you're listening, it would probably be nice to have a anamorphic setup in the menu as the next for the next firmware update. A lot of video shooters would appreciate it. If I'm wrong, if it's in here, it's in here. I haven't really had a look through all the settings. Okay, so there you go. That's what it looks like with a shooting with an anamorphic lens. Another little interesting project that I'll put together. If you guys want any information, I prefer to write up my reviews. So if you head over to my website, www.paz pazrahn.com, and I tend to write about all my cameras and the lenses and their performance, and do have some samples of the photographs. And feel free to message me. So if you have an interest in setting up your camera a specific way, I might have the answer for you. The next video I will like to put together a small rig cage, a full audio setup, maybe the V-mount battery setup on this camera for extended recording, especially power wise. There are the limits for 4K recording of half an hour with this battery grip on, which I've mentioned before. And I will set up the Atomos recorder too, which I'm very interested into seeing the quality, the output of this camera. And that should wrap it up. Again, thanks guys for watching. More videos to come, and hit the subscribe for me, please. Thanks guys. See ya.